Good morning. We are at the tan property. We're going to be completing a repairability test. We'll be on the back slope, which is south. We have this damaged shingle that we'll do the repair test on. We'll see how it affects all of those surrounding shingles. I'll give you an overview of all of those surrounding shingles before we get started, showing you the current condition. For my tools, I'll be using a flat bar, hammer, putty knife, and roof snake. And we have this 45-degree angle tool here that we'll use to give us a reference point for what 45 degrees looks like. We'll slide it underneath the damaged shingle. I'll give you some side views for that. While we're completing the repairability test, we'll try to keep those shingles at 45 degrees or lower than that. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Start by getting all of these shingles unsealed. We'll use the putty knife to unseal the top shingle. And we'll use the flat bar to unseal the rest of the shingles. See if there's any differences in those tools. Now we'll start removing these nails. Got all of those nails out and that damaged shingle out. We'll go ahead and slide this new shingle in. Get it all lined up nicely. And these are the 39-inch 3 tabs. All right, we'll continue with the repair test. We'll start getting some nails in there now. We'll be using the roof snake for that. complete with that repairability test. Take a look at the results. Give you another overview of all of those surrounding shingles. And we'll take a closer look at these tabs right above. We can see some stress fractures along these tabs where that matting on the shingle broke. What those stress fractures do is they're going to be damaging the integrity of that shingle with the matting in those areas with the stress fractures broken. That's going to make the shingle weaker and not allow that shingle to do what it's designed to do as best as it should. It's going to worsen its water shedding capabilities, as the matting is the main component for that. So we have those stress fractures that were damaging those surrounding shingles. Now we can see it's real bad in the middle there. And then we'll take a look underneath the shingles. We had quite a bit of mat transfer. You can see a little bit along this one. Some mat was torn off the bottom of that tab. We can see where that's leaving some exposed fiberglass showing through there. We got quite a bit on this one as well. You can see all of those chunks of matting. And we'll see where those were taken from the bottom of that tab, leaving the exposed fiberglass. We can see that's real bad right there. So all of that mat transfer will also be damaging the shingles, damaging the integrity of those shingles as it's tearing matting off the bottom of these tabs. It's going to be damaging the integrity of the shingle, as well as making it more difficult for these shingles to reseal properly once repairs have been made. As we can see, the matting stuck onto the tar line right there, so that's going to leave less surface area for that tar line to seal down to. And then also quite a bit of exposed fiberglass showing through there as well. So it looks like we have pretty bad mat transfer along all of these tabs. And at the beginning, I pointed out we used the putty knife to unseal that top row of shingles, and we used the flat bar to unseal these ones down here. And we got quite a bit of mat transfer along both of those rows. So either tool that is going to be used, it's going to be impossible to get around that mat transfer. So I do not believe repairs are feasible to this roof. We can see the damages that were caused from this repairability test. We have stress fractures to all of those surrounding shingles, and we can see the difference from these unaffected shingles. These ones are still sealed down. Compared to the shingle here that we had to manipulate in order to complete that repairability test. Pretty big difference. We can see the stress fracture along that one, and then no damage to these shingles up here. Give you a side-by-side comparison. So I don't think repairs are feasible to this roof, as we can see those damages that were caused. And with those damages, those are going to be causes for potential water intrusion, leak hazard. And so if repairs were done to this roof, we can see the wind damage is very widespread. We got it all over this back slope. Then if repairs were made, then this insured would be left with potential leak hazards all over their roof, looking like this, and an additional 3 damaged shingles for every single one of those wind damage shingles. And so repairing this roof, I do not believe it is possible to indemnify the insured, and I'll go and chalk up all of those damages caused by the repairability test, and we'll get some better pictures of those. Thank you for your time.